Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 44 of overcoming my ankle injury, and today, well, we have an endurance workout. That will be a sufficient distraction from my injuries, but there is something I realize more and more with this endurance goal that I have. I want to do 10 push ups, or not 10 push ups, I want to do 10 sets of 100 push ups, and the more I think about this goal, the scarier it becomes. So, I've been watching a lot of the endurance guys in calisthenics, watching a lot of videos regarding them and how they train. And there is one thing I realized, you don't get there by doing the bare minimum. Training for endurance is hard. It's suffering, right? It's these long trainings, these boring, monotone trainings that you have to do, and it's difficult and insane the entire way through. So I've been watching guys doing like 500 sets or 500 dips in one set, all of these crazy things. And I realized I have to step it up. So today we are not aiming for the bare minimum of 500 push ups. Instead, I'm going to aim for, well, 750 it will be. So I'll explain the menu in a bit more detail later on. But yeah, when it comes to building endurance, well, you need some total volume. First of all, there is going to be some strength work though. So if you're training for endurance, but you want to keep up your strength or you want to improve your strength even a little bit, basically I would recommend do the strength work before you do the endurance work, because after endurance work, well, you don't have any strength left to do strength, right? But after you've done strength training, you still have endurance left to train endurance. It's like kind of a one-way street, because strength just requires more of your power. After you cannot planche anymore, you still have plenty of power to do a lot of push-ups. But when you're completely trashed with push-ups, there is no strength left to do a planche, for example. So first of all, I'm gonna do 5 rounds of some push and pull combos, or like supersets, I should say, of the planche and the front lever, and then we can get started with endurance. Okay, so what you're watching right now is 5 sets of planche, supersetted with a front lever, and it's not very intense. Well, one exception at the end, I did do a set to my max, but I'm doing these planche and front lever workouts very frequently, right? I'm doing them in a greasing the groove kind of way, not exactly greasing the groove, but basically very frequent workouts with low intensity. And this is because at the moment, planche and front lever are not my main goal. And so I do want to maintain them. I do want to maintain my strength level, but I don't want to spend too much energy on them, because I want to spend that energy on other goals like the one arm pull up and, well, of course, the push ups that I'm gonna do after this. So what I will do instead is, well, basically a small workout very frequently. And this allows me to get adapted to the movements I want to get adapted to, well, the planche and the front lever. I'm not training any new things, I'm not attempting stuff. I'm not doing one rep max effort. I'm just keeping the intensity low and training the movement frequently and getting stronger gradually. And this is important because, well, the stronger you are, the easier it is to build endurance. It's the same in running. Fast runners will be able to build longer distances more easily at a higher pace, right? And so it's kind of the same concept with endurance. If you can do something very shortly but at a very high intensity, it will be easy to transfer it to a lower intensity but a longer endurance or a longer duration for the exercise, right? And that's basically why I keep doing these planche and front lever workouts, not only because they're just fun, but also because they have benefit. But anyway, now it's gonna be time for some push-ups, and well, I mentioned it in the beginning, these push-up workouts are scary. I do kind of grease in the groove, low intensity workouts throughout the week as well for push-ups. So basically every day I will do about 250 push-ups, but once a week we have to go hard. And well, the reason it's only once a week is because I want to go that hard that I can only recover within a week, right? If I recover after a couple days, that means I didn't go hard enough. And so today's workout is gonna be, well, quite a hefty one. I'm going to aim for 30 minutes of EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. You do one set, and the remainder, once your set is over, right, the remainder of the time within that minute is your rest. So I will do 3 sets of EMOM, and I will aim for 25 push-ups on each set. That's 750 push-ups. And you know what's the most crazy thing about it? Let's say I succeed today. The only thing that's gonna await me next time is even more push-ups. Perhaps then I will do 45 minutes or I will aim for an hour, right? And that's the reality of endurance, you know. It's just monotone volume, and the first half is quite easy and boring, but then you just slowly, you know, slide into this state of agony, right, and pain, and trying to push yourself through that workout because, well, the later half, it's not just 5 reps, it's well, in this case, 15 minutes of just constant pain and trying to get to the next set. And yeah, it's uh, it's not a one-off thing. You have to do this over and over and over again. That's why I respect the endurance guys and girls, of course, so much. The sets and reps competitions. I don't know, like, how they just keep going. Well, I do know they put in the work every time, and it's a hard workout every time. But yeah, let's get started. 30 minutes of push-ups, and hopefully I will see you on the other side. Alright, so we are underway for the push-ups, and one thing I have with these endurance workouts, and I don't think I'm alone in this, let me know in the comments if you have this as well, but with these endurance workouts, no matter how satisfied you feel afterwards, it's always, you always have this inner resistance before starting, your body is telling you not to do it, and in my opinion, it's different from, just regular strength training, when you're training the planche or you're training for weighted dips or pull-ups, strength in general, low reps, I don't have the inner resistance, when it comes to those sets. Of course, you're aiming for a PR and you're nervous for those PRs as well, but there is no internal voice telling you like, hey, this is dangerous, don't do it, it's gonna be painful, right? That's something that's entirely unique, I feel like, to endurance. Not only the sets and reps, of course, but running, cycling, anything you do for a long duration when you know it's gonna suck, right? It's okay that's like a certain workout sucks, right? But when you know it's gonna suck for a long while, that's when like the inner voice starts telling you like, hey, you might want to postpone this, you're feeling a bit tired. And one of the unique benefits from these endurance trainings is that, well, because you have that inner battle with yourself, you kind of can overcome it, and it's not only a physical workout but also a very mental one, right? And yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Let's see how many push-ups I can do. Okay, so we're done with the EMOM. Very happy with how it went because right before I started, I had this distant memory pop up, Back in the day, or I should say last year when I started push-up training, my trainings weren't go for 30 minutes of EMOM. They weren't go for 20 minutes of EMOM or 60. They were just do the reps and go to the max. And so right before starting this workout, I realized like, hey, I've gotten weak-minded, I might have gotten stronger when it comes to reps, but my mind has grown weak. And well, there's only one way to solve that. So I decided to not just go for 30 minutes, but instead I put on 60 sets and just decided to go for my max. And guess what? I got 35. And perhaps the reason I only got to 35 sets is because, well, I was stuck in my mind with 30 sets in total. So, my body grew tired towards that limit. I had to put this limit on myself. But next time I know I can go further. I can go to my max. I can push through. That's the point of these trainings, Building endurance is maybe half physical, but the other half, for sure, if not more, is mental. And so I might, if I am strong physically but weak mentally, in the end, in my opinion, I haven't made any progress. So in the next couple workouts, yeah, I'll have to focus. I'll have to focus and make sure that I don't take the easy way out, because it's so easy to just take the easy way out. Oh, I'm tired today. I'm not gonna do much. I'm too tired to train. Well, guess what? During your endurance workout, you're gonna be tired. So if you're tired right now, it's perhaps the perfect training spot. It's the perfect training condition to grow stronger, not only physically, but also mentally. Of course, don't disregard rest. But anyway, yeah, very happy with how that went. And well, I'm not done yet. I am gonna do one more set. I failed on set number 36, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break, and after that, I'm gonna attempt one set of 100 reps. And will that happen? I don't know. But I'm gonna try, that's for damn sure. So let's go. All right, I have nothing left to say. Not exactly a set of 100, but I'm very satisfied with today's training. I'll see you tomorrow for leg day.